the bakers of Weber's Bread present your all-star Western Theater.
Drifting along, singing a song under.
From Hollywood comes your all-star Western Theater, starring America's great Western singers, Foy Willing and the Riders of the Purple Sage. Our guest star today is the Western screen's famous cowboy singing star, Jimmy Wakely. My name is Cottonseed Clark, and here are the Riders of the Purple Sage.
I'm dressing up in style, for in a little while I'm gonna ride into town. For every cowboy pal I know will lift his heel, and so when payday rolls around. And so I'm feeling fine, because there's lots of time until we're all homeward bound. To work and play with cattle, sweat and swear in battle, until payday rolls around. Payday rolls around.
Back now to your favorite men of the musical West and the song you've been waiting to hear them sing. The Riders of the Purple Sage go across the alley to the Alamo.
Across the alley from the Alamo lives a pinto pony and a Navajo who sang a sort of Indian hidey-ho to the people passing by. Now the pinto spent his time on swishing flies, and the Navajo watched the lazy skies. Very rarely did they ever rest their eyes on the people passing by. One day they went a-walking along the railroad track. They were swishing, not looking. Ooh, they never came back. Across the alley from the Alamo, when the summer sun decides to settle low, fly sings an Indian hidey-ho to the people passing by. Two cats were on the railroad track. Roo-doo, look-oo, what happened, Jack? Railroad crossing, look out for the cars. 1, 2, 3, 4, red light. Across the alley from the Alamo, when the summer sun decides to settle low, a fly sings an Indian hidey-ho to the people passing by. To the people passing by. To the people passing by. To the people passing by.
And here's another grand Western pleasure for you folks. A return personal appearance to your all-star Western Theater of the screen's outstanding cowboy singing star, Jimmy Wakely. Jimmy Wakely is heard with the Riders of the Purple Sage on a story of the West written especially for them entitled The Lone Bandit. Our story has its beginning in Ranger headquarters at Fort Davis, Texas. Ranger Captain John Sherman is giving orders to 4 newly enlisted men.
You men are new in the Ranger service, and here is a chance for each of you to prove himself. About 100 miles west of here, just beyond Alpine, is a new cattle town called Bear City. An element of crime is causing them much concern. Your orders are to investigate and eliminate same. You will operate in your own way according to your own plans. Here are your orders and your credentials. Good luck to you, men.
Well, boys, there's Bear City.
That's a peaceful-looking little town to be having trouble.
Well, you can't judge a book by its cover, somebody once said.
Yeah, you know, I'm always suspicious of a peaceful-looking town.
Well, before we ride into town, what do you think?
How about splitting up in pairs? You take Dean and I'll take Slory. We'll go around and come in from the east, and you guys ride on in this way.
That sounds good enough for me. And if we play strangers to each other, it might come in handy.
That's good. You don't know us, and we don't know you. We'll find a way to keep in touch with each other without anybody getting wise to us.
That's good enough. All right, Dean, let's go.
I'm right with you. Now, this is a prosperous-looking joint.
Did you ever see a saloon that wasn't?
You got something there.
You know, Dean, if you ask me, this would be a mighty good place to learn what's going on around this town.
Yeah, but you can hang around just so long, and then everybody will start getting suspicious of you.
Yes, and I've got a way to solve that problem, too.
And how about letting me in on it?
You see that piano over there?
So what?
Well, there ain't nobody playing it.
Well, any fool can see that. And again, so what?
Then maybe there's a job open.
I'm beginning to get you.
Let's ask the barkeep who runs things here.
What'll it be, man?
Who's the boss man here?
That's him standing right over there with the white hat, Tom Beck.
Much obliged. You wait here, Dean.
Yeah.
Are you the head man here?
That's right. What do you want?
I'm looking for a job.
What can you do?
Well, I just noticed that you didn't have anybody on that piano.
That's right. 10 a week and 50% of your tip.
I'll take the job.
Then start playing.
Thanks.
Well, I'll be doggone.
Well, what do you think?
Well, it's kind of hard to tell. Being total strangers in town doesn't make it too easy to ask questions.
Well, you're right about that.
But just a minute.
What's up?
Did you see what we just passed?
What are you talking about? We didn't pass nobody.
No, I'm talking about that barber shop.
Well, I passed a million of them.
And I've never known a better place to find out what you want to know than a barber shop.
I know that you might have something there.
Come on, let's get a haircut and meet the Bear City barber.
Yeah.
Hey, come right in, gentlemen. Come right in. What can I do for you?
Well, I reckon a haircut will do for me.
Shave. I'll take a shave when you get through with him, huh?
Happy to be of service to you. Just have a seat right here.
You the only barber in town?
I sure am. But most of the folks around here shave and cut their own hair. Of course, I have a few choice customers. You men are strangers hereabouts, ain't you?
Yeah. We just rode down a while ago. Where could we get a job?
Well, jobs are kind of plentiful right now. If a man doesn't mind hard work.
Don't mention hard work to me. I'm for making a dollar the easy way.
You can say that again.
Well, you boys know what you want to do. But no good ever come of making money the easy way. That's what brought so much crime to this town.
You mean you got troubles hereabouts?
Troubles? Young man, Bear City has been harassed by a vicious criminal for the last 6 months. Why, money and valuables are as unsafe around here as a baby is in a lion's den.
A vicious criminal? You mean there's just one of them?
It seems that way. And no one has been able to apprehend him so far.
Well, what about your sheriff? Can't he put a stop to him?
The sheriff of Bear City might as well be sewing buttons on shirts for all he knows about enforcing the law.
You know, Slowy,
Yeah?
I think I'm going to like this town.
Sounds good to me.
Why, surely you men don't respect crime.
Well, not exactly. And I have less respect for sheriffs.
Well, just as a friendly tip, I wouldn't go about town talking that way. Why, someone might even accuse you of being the Lone Bandit.
The Lone Bandit. So that's what they called him.
Yeah,
I guess up to now he's kept his tracks pretty well covered.
mighty well. I suppose the closest he ever come of being caught was about 3 weeks ago when he robbed the express office. Old Sire Wilson, the agent, slipped up on him, but he got away without being identified.
You know, if you ask me, you got to admire anybody who's that clever.
My, I hate to hear young men like you two talking like that. If you want my advice, you'll stay clear of any path but the straight and narrow. That's the only road to travel.
Oh, come on, Pop. Ask for a haircut, not a sermon.
Hey, Jim.
Yeah? What's up, Dean?
Hey, Foy and Al are over near the bar, and they want us to meet them just outside of town as soon as it gets dark.
Good. Watch it. Here comes the boss. You better leave.
Where's that partner of yours that wanted a job?
That's him going there. Hey, Dean, come here.
Yeah? What do you want?
You still want a job?
I sure do.
You know, we ain't eating any too well with the money he's making plunking that piano.
It's just for one day, but I'll try to keep you busy with other things later on.
Well, what kind of a job is it?
Don't ask no questions. I'll be here at 10 in the morning.
Yes, sir. I'll be right here.
You'll be here too, Wakely. And you can skip the piano playing tomorrow.
All right, Mr. Beck.
And don't forget to weigh your guns and have your horses ready. I'll see you later.
Now, what do you reckon he's up to?
I wonder. There's something funny about that guy.
Sure is. Well, I'll mosey around the place a bit.
All right. I got a half hour off. I think I'm going to grab a haircut. Then I'll meet you back here.
Good. That'll be just about dark, and we'll head out and see Foy and Al.
There they are over there.
Yeah. Easy, boy. Oh, boy.
Well, you guys finally made it.
Yeah, we come out of town the back way in order to avoid any suspicion.
Have you found out anything?
Very little, I'm afraid. How about you boys?
Well, nothing for sure. But what little hanging around that saloon we did put me in a mighty suspicious frame of mind about that fella Beck that owns the place.
Yeah, you could have something there. He's a funny acting guy.
Yeah, he's got us down for some kind of a job in the morning that requires guns ready and horses.
Then follow through. You know, I wouldn't be at all surprised that he's behind this whole thing.
We heard that this crime wave was a one-man job. Yeah, but Ranger headquarters must have figured it differently to send the four of us on one job.
I don't get it. That gossipy old barber Thompson claims that this Lone Bandit has given everybody the slip so far.
Yeah, I had a talk with a barber myself. He sure knows a lot.
Did you ever see a barber that didn't?
I still think that Beck is our man, and that there's more than one man involved.
From what I can gather, the local sheriff is a good, dependable man. So if it becomes necessary to need him, I guess we can identify ourselves to him with safety.
That might come in handy. I heard the barkeep at Beck's place talking about a coat this Lone Bandit left behind when he came there getting caught on that express company job.
Yeah, I'd like to see that coat, too.
It's on display over at the sheriff's office, I understand.
I still think it's going to pay us to be mighty careful.
You may be right. Suppose you men be around the saloon in the morning about 10 and see what Beck is up to.
Good. We'll see you in the morning. Right now, we'd all better part company and get back into town.
Well, it's 9:30. I reckon we'd better mosey over to Beck's place.
Yeah, I think I'll stop in at the barber shop and get a shave. I'll meet you there in a few minutes.
Say, I never saw you so particular about your looks before.
Don't let that bother you. Besides, I like to hear that Barber Tompkins run off at the mouth.
Well, then I'll go into the Beck's place and run around for a while.
I won't be long. While I'm at it, I think I'll drop in at the sheriff's office and take a look at that coat.
Well, I'm glad you identified yourself to me, Wakely. I'm anxious to cooperate with you boys any way I can.
Much obliged to you, Sheriff.
Now, this is the coat right here. Whoever this Lone Bandit is had to get away a little too quick and left it behind. The way I figured it, he took his coat off to work on the express company's safe. And when Si walked up to unlock the door to get something from his office, the robber made a quick getaway out the back without, that is, leaving the coat behind.
Yeah? You find nothing in the pocket?
Not a thing.
Let me see. You know, he must be a man about my build.